Hi everybody, it's Michelle with Ellie and Eden, and this is my first video episode for you guys. And what I wanted to do is start giving you a behind the scenes look at who we are, what we have to offer, how we're building this brand, and what we hope to take away from it. So as you're going through 2020 and you're building your brand or your business, you can learn a little bit through real time on what we're doing, and real time on our successes and our failures, and just kind of give you our insight and our goods, bads, and everything. So hope you like it. So the first episode, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about why underwear and why we started with Ellie and Eden. So it was about a year ago. I was in a job that I didn't particularly love, and I felt like my skill sets were underutilized, and I was losing my passion for retail. I've been in the retail industry for 30 years. I love retail, and I've always been proud of what I was doing, and proud of the work that I was doing. And I didn't feel proud anymore. I just didn't feel like I was stepping up and doing what I should be doing. And if you look at the whiteboard behind me, something that I've always kind of thought and held close to me was this concept of just keep pushing on something until you're proud of what you're doing. And I wasn't proud anymore. And so I knew I needed to make a change. I turned 50 last year, and maybe that had a little something to do with it. I lost my mom 3 years ago, and I just was kind of feeling like I needed to do more, and I wanted to do more. I always knew I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I always had some sort of excuse. There was always some reason I couldn't afford it. I had a promotion coming up. There was always some reason why I wouldn't do it. And I think a lot of it was I was afraid. I was afraid to take the step, afraid to do it. With the support of my husband this last year, I wasn't afraid anymore. I knew I could do it. Everything felt right. Everything felt great. And so the two of us sat down and said, okay, what kind of business do you want to start? What do you really want to do? What are you passionate about? And I probably took a little bit of a unique approach to deciding on underwear. I knew I wanted to have a direct-to-consumer brand, and if you hear this little guy down here, she's whining. This is Abby. She's our little Boston Terrier mascot. You'll see her in a lot of our advertising, as you will also see Ellie in a lot of those advertising. So she will distract a little bit down there. But anyways, I knew I wanted to start a direct-to-consumer brand. In order to do that, the product had to be small enough, light enough that it was easily picked, packed, and shipped. I couldn't afford to have warehouse space. I knew I couldn't afford a ton of shipping expenses, so I really needed a product that was small enough, light enough, that made sense to ship. Second, we're gonna go ahead and try to give her a treat at the same time. Second thing that we tried to do was, or the third thing that we tried to do was, we needed something that was consumable. It was really important to me to build a brand and have loyalty within your customers. So I wanted a product that the customer could come back for more than once. If you think about like the hot trends out there, Instapots and things like that, how often do you have to buy an Instapot? I wanted something that the customer would keep coming back for more, and keep visiting us, and build that brand loyalty. And again, that goes back to having something that I was proud of. And then the last thing is we're self-funding everything, so it needed to be a product that had margins in it that I could make some money, and then it also had to have a easier construction and something that wasn't overly complicated to make. So we kind of walk through, and you can do socks, and you can do, there's all kinds of different things, products that could have made sense in their t-shirts, that type of thing. But I went back to my roots and said, where did I get the passion for retail? And I got the passion for retail. My first buying job was in intimate apparel at Fred Meyer many years ago. And that's where I really developed the bug for retail, and that's where I really had my passion. So I thought, well, underwear might work. So we started doing the research, because you make sure you do the research. And there was a lot of underwear brands out there that were starting in direct to consumer. in the women's channel, it was a lot about bras, but nobody was doing anything that was really just underwear first. It was bras first, and then they just kind of threw in a pair of underwear to the side. Or there was men's underwear companies. There was a lot of direct-to-consumer men's, and then as they start developing the men's underwear and they start growing it, then they just kind of throw in a women's product in the side. We said, well, we need to start with a women's product, and I think this could work. And so we kept doing the research and kept doing it, and we kind of found our little niche of where we felt like we had white space and where we felt like we had the opportunity to build a brand around a concept. And that's how we came up with Ellie and Eden. So next week, we'll talk a little bit about the way we're going to position Ellie and Eden, how we came up with the name, and then how we are going to position the brand within the marketplace. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on who we are and how we came to be. And then you can keep following us to see us through the launch and throughout that whole process. Thank you.